In all my years working as a therapist and mental health professional, one experience is ubiquitous. No therapist can escape it, and this is the experience of somebody reaching out to you to start therapy. You send them the details of therapy with you, and then they simply disappear. They either ghost or they say that we'll reach out to you when we want therapy, but this is not the right time. And over the years, I have thought about the reasoning behind this. What could be the reason for a person to want therapy at one point and then immediately flip and say that they don't need it? Here is what I came up with. More on it coming up. I know that as a society, we are doing a really great job of throwing light on mental health conditions, mental health illnesses, starting discussions around mental health. But I still think that the shame and stigma surrounding it is so deeply rooted that still for a person who is reaching out to a therapist to take help themselves, there might be shame in the form of, why am I the only one who is needing therapy right now? I see so many others in my situation who are not taking therapy. What would my closest people think of me? Would they consider me weak? Would they consider me broken? And so many other thoughts must be crowding the person's mind. And I feel like that could be a problem because number one, different people's opinions could crowd this person's mind and their own opinion might get lost in the process. And secondly, it is really difficult to get validation from everyone around you. At the end of the day, it is a personal, intimate process and only you can take the actual decision whether or not you think you should take therapy. So, barring a select few people who are really close to you, I would recommend not involving too many cooks in that process because as we know, too many cooks spoil the broth. And that's why I think that it is so important to address that shame, address that stigma, and that is precisely what I want to do today. I want to give you certain things that you can do, certain suggestions or tips which you can use if you want therapy but are simply holding back because you feel a lot of shame about it. So the very first step that I'm going to suggest is research. Read about therapy, read about what kinds of therapies there are. Read about why therapy is required and how it can help and who should take therapy. Remember that the more you gather information about something, the lesser the stigma of it becomes. The more you throw light on something, obviously the more it comes out of the darkness and the shadows and something that would really then propel you into reaching out for therapy. I always say to clients in therapy that spend some time thinking about the why behind things. So if there is a goal that we are talking about, if there is a decision that they are struggling with, this is something that I say that what is your why? So similarly, I would suggest you to start thinking about the why behind therapy. Why is it that you feel you need external help? What are some things that you believe you are struggling with and might benefit from a third person stepping in? And on the longer or a larger scheme of things, grander scheme of things, what and why would therapy help you? So once you have sat with these questions for a little while, I'm sure that you will start getting a further clarity as to what you are actually trying to get out of therapy. Therapists often say that beneath any kind of emotion, positive or negative, there are some fundamental thoughts. There is a narrative or there is the way that we are talking to ourselves that is at the root of every emotion. So similarly, if you are feeling a lot of shame or guilt about reaching out to therapy, try to find out if there is a thought underlining it. So we have already seen that there could be thoughts around shame in the sense that I shouldn't be needing this right now, I'm such a needy person, I'm such a weak person. So these thoughts could definitely be there. And in addition to that, maybe there could be thoughts along the lines of, do I want to put my parents under this financial pressure right now? Do I feel that this is worthy enough of an investment? Do I think I have it in me to actually do what it takes to make therapy successful? Or there could be a number of thoughts. So regardless of whatever thought there is, once you throw light on it and once you recognize that okay, this is the thought which is why I'm feeling such shame or guilt or anxiety about reaching out to a therapist, then you are definitely at a better place to actually work through those thoughts. You may have often heard the term sleep on it. Think about it. What that means is, don't rush in with any kind of decision that you're taking. Rather, pace yourself, give yourself the time to consider, reconsider, and just think through. So that's going to be my next suggestion. If you think that you need therapy but are hesitating to reach out, give yourself a time period up until which you will mull over that decision. You will consider all angles and all sides to it. But then give a deadline, give an end date after which you will take one decision or the other and be done with it. So this actually gives you some time to think about it, while also reminding you that it can't go on forever. The process of contemplation cannot go on forever. So this time period, in my experience, a time period of 1 or 2 weeks is the best optimum time, and the maximum that I think anyone should spend thinking about it is around a month, because after that it becomes more of an analysis paralysis than actually sitting and thinking about something. Finally, I would like to suggest you starting to think about reaching out to a therapist as you would think about reaching out to a doctor. So if someone really close to you was experiencing fever or repeated bouts of stomach infection, you would urge them, you would downright force them to visit the doctor because you worry about them. So you can try applying that philosophy to yourself, that just like I would force a loved one to seek help, I need to force myself as well. I need to, so to speak, kick myself to get out of the nest and actually reach out to a therapist. So I sincerely hope that going through these tips and suggestions, you were able to get yourself closer to the prospect of starting therapy. That with time, with your own effort and research and emotional processing, you might be able to accept that therapy is exactly like going to a doctor when you have fever or taking medicines when your stomach is paining. It is nothing different. It's just that the physical ailments are visible on the outside, whereas the mental ailments are not initially visible but later on become more and more apparent. So I am a licensed therapist, and I can tell you this without a shred of a doubt, that therapy will undoubtedly make your life better. It will make you more aware, it will increase your sense of satisfaction from yourself and your relationships, and it is just overall a great process to be a part of. So do reach out to a therapist, either me or anyone else that you may have zeroed down on initially, and do start the process of mental health recovery, and I wish you all the very best. Keep coming back to Aham Center for Therapy, like, share and subscribe, and I do hope to see you again. Take care.